Hey everyone, today I would like to do a book review on the second book in the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, The Drawing of the Three. After finishing The Gunslinger, I really wanted to jump straight into The Drawing of the Three, as I'd heard that it really picks up after The Gunslinger ends, because it kind of like, The Gunslinger works as a prologue, and then The Drawing of the Three is kind of where the story really starts. And it delivered on that 100%. I loved this book. I ate it up. This is definitely one of the more creative Stephen King books that I think, ever read. And man, I cannot wait to talk about it today. I read this entire book in about 3 days, and it's not huge, but it's still 450 pages. And that is just because it is action-packed, fast-moving, just cannot put it down good. Stephen King was on a lot of cocaine when he wrote this book, and I mean a lot of cocaine. He was snorting that shit like fucking. He was very high when he wrote this book, basically, and I think it works in this book's favor. This book is batshit crazy. You can smell the cocaine just steaming through your pages while you read this. There's so many things when you're reading it and you're just like, what the fuck? If you haven't read The Gunslinger, I would recommend not watching this review just because, like, I'm going to talk about what, like, the overall synopsis of this book, and because it kind of leads on from what happens at the end of The Gunslinger. I'll be kind of spoiling The Gunslinger, but whatever. So yeah, my edition of The Drawing of the Three is 455 pages, but it actually kind of shocked me. I was literally just about to look down and I thought, oh, it must be like 300 pages. But no, 455. And that surprised me just because of how fast this book goes. Like, it just flies. So, it picks up right where the Gunslinger left off. Walter has just given Roland the Gunslinger his cards, predicted his future, yada yada yada. And Roland has just woken up on this beach and he is being... I don't know how to say this, but he's being pursued by lobsters that look they're kind of like lobsters, but they talk in this really weird voice, and they're trying to eat his fingers. And two of his fingers actually get bitten off, and he gets an infection in them, and he starts to get really sick. Poor Roland. Anyway, he starts walking along the beach, and he finds a door. You can see there's a door in the cover. And he opens that door, and I won't tell you what happens next. But basically, the whole point is that these doors are supposed to lead to someone that Roland has to draw into his world, Midworld, to help him on his quest to the Dark Tower. So he has 3 doors, and he has to draw 3 people in to Midworld, and they will join his quartet, which is Midworld lingo for a group of people destined to be together. So this book is basically just a character introduction kind of thing. Like, we just get introduced to our characters that we're going to just meet and spend the next, 7 books with, and it is absolutely fantastic just getting to know these guys. They are, the characters in this book are some of the best characters Stephen King's ever written. Straight up, some of the best. And although it might sound boring, just like being character introducers, they're just coming hey, come on, find the Dark Tower with me. It really, just trust Stephen King on this. It really works. The kind of stuff that Roland has to go through, hopping between different worlds, trying to get the characters to come into Midworld, and just all of the world hopping is just so action-packed, it's so fun, and it is just incredible to read about. I was just reading this thinking, I cannot believe that how does someone come up with this? It's just insane. The contrast between The Gunslinger and The Drawing of the Three is insane. This book is so much better than The Gunslinger, and I'm it is just so much better. I know I'll probably enjoy The Gunslinger more on a reread, but the style changes just immensely. It really felt like Stephen King got into the swing of things when writing about Roland, and I think just you could tell when Stephen King was writing this that he was just like, I have so many ideas in my head, but I'm going to keep them and just sprinkle little tidbits throughout this book. And the whole time I'm reading this, I'm just like, this sounds really fucking corny, but you can just feel things getting fucking epic with this book. Like, you know you've still got another 7 books, or 7 including this one, so 6 books after reading this book, to come, and this is like the introduction to the characters, and you just know that they're going to be put through some of the wildest and gnarliest situations, and you're just flipping the pages, just meeting them, and like, you know, I'm sounding really, really delirious for this review, but I love this book a lot. This book absolutely gets 5 stars. It's straight up just incredible. I don't know why I'm like, you know, yapping away. But this book is fucking incredible. Okay, it is amazing. So thanks heaps for watching this review on this amazing book. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later. Bye.